What's up, you guys? We're coming at you with another movie review. This is actually a redo movie review because this is my second time seeing Spider-Man,
Third time.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yep.
And right out the gate, originally I gave it a 9. Juggling with an 8.5 right
Remember,
now.
spoiler free.
Spoiler free, spoiler free. Yeah, I'm still struggling. I want to give it a 9, but of course, my gripe is the beginning slow, and they can shave 15 minutes off this movie. It's a little long. It doesn't feel long. It goes by relatively well, but it doesn't shift into gear and doesn't lock you in until midway through the movie, when it starts getting more focused on the Spider-Man events and such. What do you think?
So this is my third time seeing it, even though the first time was amazing. The second and third time, unfortunately, were marred by audience issues with the.
Yes.
Let's just say real quickly, someone taking their shoes off and oh my god, and just talking
And phone calls.
so much rudeness going on. But even still, I was able to appreciate children. I was able to appreciate it the second and the third time as well. So I started off my first score was 8.5. I'm gonna bump it up to a 9. I went higher on it after the third time.
It's gotten better with more
It's gotten
views.
better. I appreciate. It was fantastic the first time. I think I was just. I just needed a little more time to absorb it.
Okay.
I think that to your points, I think the pacing was great. I think it was. If it's a 9, it's near perfect.
You really don't think it started a little slow?
I don't think so.
About the first 15,
I think it
20
starts
minutes?
off. I think it starts off nice. I think it starts off nice.
Okay. Yeah, just to me, I don't want to give away any plot, inside information or anything like that. This is spoiler free, but I feel like it took me to start being okay. This is starting to get into a really good Spider-Man movie. It took about 30 minutes for me.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's wow.
There's just some scenes, and it's like that's not necessary. I understand why.
I'm not gonna say there wasn't some slow moments. There were, and like towards the beginning, like the first hour, there's some slow spots.
And
but I mean, man,
I'm biased.
You're biased. Yeah.
Spider-Man's my number one superhero.
Same here.
And when they're doing 100 jokes, rapid fire, boom, boom, boom,
A lot of jokes.
Not all of them stick. And it's just like I get it. Spider-Man's a humorous person. They even acknowledge that.
Of course, it's Spider-Man.
They cut the tension with humor. But it's just sometimes you don't need a joke every second.
What's the word? It was exhausting for you.
Overload.
It was overload for you.
Some jokes made the audience laugh. Some jokes were good.
Some genuine reactions.
Yeah, but those are the only ones you need. If I don't know, if I were the people, writing the script, I'd have been like, guys, don't you think, there's a couple too
Less
many.
is more.
Less is more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, the action was pretty good. What did you think of everything else?
I thought the action was great. Voice acting phenomenal. I mean, it has a great cast. I mean, Oscar Isaac is amazing. I don't think I'm not going to say what character he is, but just great actors. I mean, these are A-list actors doing a fantastic job. The animation, it was so good in the first one. I guess it's as good, if not better.
There's an argument to be made where a movie like this, with like the stuff they want to do to show you Spider-Man's ability, could really only be done with animation. Live action would be too much in terms of
It would require so
work.
much CGI.
Yeah,
and it would just it would look not. And the aesthetic of the art is just so
it
cool.
adds to it.
Yeah,
it
really it's its own. Yeah, it's just a great medium for the for storytelling. It's just amazing the art.
The soundtrack, to me, a little weak.
Wow.
A little weak.
Wow.
So that's 0.5 deduction for a weak soundtrack compared to the first one. The first one had an amazing soundtrack.
I will say, yeah, you probably could convince me that the first movie soundtrack was better. I probably tend to agree with that. This one was very good. As I was saying on the way home, I got to go on Spotify and get this soundtrack. It's a lot of great mood music. Yeah.
Like I'm not saying the music was bad, but I'm saying if you're making a super good sequel, which it was, you gotta also have equal or better soundtrack because that was part of the first movie of
Great
why.
soundtrack, yeah.
Why was it so good? Part of it was the soundtrack.
I'm coming at it with, I think it was different. Maybe it was, as opposed to, like, they had the Post Malone Sunflower.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah.
And that's like a song.
It's a mood song.
It's a great song that you can just download. Whereas this one, they more blended in with each other, but I thought they were great with each scene. I think they really picked good music for the scenes.
So another reason why I'm not giving it a 9 anymore is because upon the second watch, I still think the main villain was a little bit too much trying to go with like the Ryan Reynolds vibe.
Doesn't it get better though?
It gets better, so he gets stronger and he becomes more villainous and it's good.
Right.
But they're just mimicking Ryan Reynolds.
You think?
A little mimicky.
I mean,
it's not Ryan Reynolds.
It's not Ryan Reynolds. I think I'm getting it. It was definitely humor. They were going for a humorous thing, and then it gets serious.
It gave me Deadpool vibes.
Really, I see what you're saying. It didn't really strike me that way. It was definitely a humorous take and lighthearted in the beginning, and then it becomes darker and darker.
It's a cool villain. Yeah,
it's a cool villain. It's an original concept. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
I like the motivation behind why the villain wants to get.
There's excellent motivation. Yeah, there's excellent motivation.
It makes you want to rewatch the first movie, of course, which I also would like to do is watch this movie.
Yeah,
and the first one in chronological order, just right back to back.
Go see where it's streaming, or if
it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, besides the soundtrack, too much humor or jokes, I would say, and just a slow beginning. I gotta go from my original 9.
Wow.
Down to an 8.5.
And I went from an 8.5 to a 9. We only got a couple of minutes, so we should probably go to rewatchability.
Rewatchability, I'm going to stick with my original score of a 9 because I can still go see this again with someone else.
You would see it again.
Even, yeah, I know.
And look, it's my third time.
It's your third.
And I endured awful audience experience the second and third time. And yet I was still able to enjoy the movie. And I would love to see it again with a good audience experience.
So that would be your fourth view.
I'd see it 4 times. Yeah. So my number is a 9 on rewatchability.
Okay. I'm going to go with a 9 too.
And I almost have to think, like, what would a 10 be? But it's at least I'm going with 9. I'm going to sit on 9 right
Solid
now.
9.
Solid 9.
It's a great Spider-Man story.
Great movie.
It doesn't beat No Way Home for me, but as a Miles Morales movie, I can't wait to have them explore it more.
Right. It's such a different film than No Way Home. But, of course, I would say No Way Home is just a superior film, but not by much. This is a great film. It's
up there, but No Way Home to me is the pinnacle of Spider-Man.
If that's a 10, then this is a 9. Yeah, agreed.
It's good. I recommend going to go see it. You'll probably fall in the same boat, see it 1 or 2 or 3 times just to catch all the nuances and cameos. Comment down below which is your favorite version of Spider-Man now that we know there's so many.
So many.
All right, guys. Thanks.